So here's a recognizable thing to me. This is a WC frame. How I can tell that, these are cultivator hangers on the front of the frame, which mine that I have, my 37, has these on it too. So that was a good telltale sign to show me that this was WC, which there's really not much left of it, sadly. Didn't have the spoke wheels like mine does. And obviously there's no sheet metal or engine left in it, but it's got the same shift transmission and everything mine does. There's the seat spring. It's just a spring that comes up and the seat bolts onto it. That's it. pretty simple. So that's what a WC with a lot of missing parts looks like. I'll throw in a picture of mine so you can get an idea of what it looks like whole. Alright, so we're going to show you a dual, what is it, kerosene and gas?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to show you a Oliver tractor here that ran on dual kerosene and gas. And I think I'm about to have a squirrel moment here. So your larger tank would be your fuel tank. You would put the kerosene in here. The smaller tank would be the starting gas. You put gasoline in here. And then there would be a valve somewhere in the back here. I'm not sure which one it is anymore. Some of them you actually had to do a petcock on the side. Start it on the gasoline. Let the engine warm up a little bit. And then when the engine was close to operating temperature, then you switch it over to the kerosene. Kerosene was much cheaper. I mean, much cheaper. It was like half the cost of gasoline, if not even less. And then the tractor will run all day if you wanted to on kerosene. However, if you stole out in the field,
you still had gas.
If you couldn't get it started right away on kerosene because of the engine heat, you had to drain the carburetor back out and then refill it with gasoline to start it up again.
That sounds like a pain in the ass.
It is.
But I guess it was effective in its way.
Yep.
And for my squirrel moment, Ford, former U-Haul.
Squirrel!
That would be neat to get and put a pickup bed on.
That's an F600.
Oh, that's a long one too. I'd have to shorten the frame or make a custom long bed. Ah, it's got a busted window. Darn it. Oh wait, I have windows. I can fix that. I have parts trucks.
There's another F600 along here too somewhere.
There's gates over there. I guess we can go in over there.
There's an F-150 right there.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, I like that. I want that. I want to drive that.
So here's something interesting laying here. So you can make out this conglomerate thing here. This was a John Deere B modified. You're gonna have to do it. We're gonna throw a picture in here of what it actually looked like, but Jason's gonna explain what it was, what this is. We're looking at.
What it was.
Yeah, what it was.
This is a John Deere Model B, and it was modified by a Montana jobber, or
Allegedly.
Yeah. So that way the farmer could use this tractor and 5 others that were done to spray tasseled corn. From factory, the tractor would have roughly 30 inches of ground clearance. That would be from the bottom of the axle here down to the ground. It's roughly 30 inches. So they added the pedestal in the front, and they had individual pedestals for the rear axle, and there would be a change drive sprocket here. Run a roller chain down to the rear wheels to propel it along, and then you had a sprayer on the back side of the tractor to spray tasseled corn. I sent him a photograph from a book of mine that actually explains a little bit better.
Yeah, so I'll throw that in right now so you guys can see that, to get a better visual of what this was. Right there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we found another Allis-Chalmers baler here. Well, not another one, but another one with my dealership sticker on it. That is cool.
Yeah, because we all know RJ loves his orange creamsicle.
That's right.
And speaking of Allis-Chalmers, I do
Creamsicle.
believe that rake over there is an Allis-Chalmers peak wheel drive.
Damn you, I want a creamsicle now. Yep. This one's not as good a shape, but it's still there. Yeah, I remember there used to be boxes of these stickers underneath the parts counter. Every time we'd get something new in, he'd put them on. I actually have some newer versions of it. I found some in a box at home because I want to get more made. But yeah, this is, wow. Yeah, those hay bales are going to be a little crooked when they come out of this one. No, but that's definitely neat to see that. That's what I'm kind of what I'm looking for.
Over there on top of the rocks.
And you can see now down, that's where we were earlier, down at that building. So it goes to show you how vast and huge this place is and how much stuff is here. So check out this Oliver. Oh, look, squirrel moment. There's a desk. Oliver 70. Wait a minute. Gotta. Nope. Yep. Nope. Not happening. Oliver. Here's an Oliver 70 with a brush guard on it for mowing and stuff. In what'd you say? Mowing right-of-ways for like power lines, things like that. But here's an interesting part of it too. If you look below here, you see this tree growing up right here? That's going right up. In between, it looks like in between. Is it going through the frame? No, it's not. So it's coming up next to the frame between the front brush guard and straight up. So you can tell this has been here a while. So to get that out, it's gonna, if you decide to buy this, you're getting a free tree with it. Hey, look, even there's vines and branches coming through. Oh, look at this. Oh no, that's the framework, never mind. Scratch that, cut that. So here's a look of where you would be inside. So you got this tree growing up right through it too. Went right through, right here. You can see it because with the sun, but yeah, it comes right out through the top. But yeah, this would be your view from the seat.
As full type.
Huh. Okay, so here's something Jason just brought me. This something I've never seen. So this is an Allis-Chalmers self-propelled full type, originally full type or designed off the full type combine. So you can see here's the rear steer axle right here, and here you got the front drive wheels. And then here's the operator station. Look at the steering wheel. It's like
Out the tachometer.
backwards. Oh yeah, AC. Croc's Garage, Nazareth. Ah, no kidding. So this came from a place called Croc's Garage. It was Allis-Chalmers in New Holland, in Nazareth, PA. I'll have to look that up and see if I can find any history on that. But here's a telltale sign of the Allis-Chalmers tachometer. There's a good close-up for you. Alright, so we made it to the other side. You see it's a little rough. He's saying this was here for about 20 years and it did run, it drove in here. So it's kind of a shame to see it in the condition it's in, because this is probably something you really don't see much of at shows and stuff. I'm almost thinking it'd be kind of neat to maybe win the lottery, buy it, restore it, and be able to take it to shows. That would be pretty cool. But we found our way in. Actually got another Alice right here. This is a WC. So this would be this is a styled WC. Mine's the unstyled WC because this has the rounded radiator shroud in the front, and then also the rounded hood. And then another telltale way of knowing a WC is it has the handbrakes on either side, and then the steering column is identical to mine. So pretty much the frame is the same, they just changed the sheet metal, so that's why they started calling them the styled WC, where the unstyled is just straight sheet metal. I'll show you the difference again. I'll throw them a picture of mine in again. Alright, so here's a pull behind version of the Allis-Chalmers combine, which has a chute for bags, or what Jason was just explaining. You could drop this chute down, and then as the bags got full, tie them up and slide them down and just drop them in the field and then pick them up later. So this would be something like, again, if I won the lottery and can fix that one, here'd be one for parts to get that one going. All right, here you got a John Deere 45, which came from Morrisville. Wow, L.A. Howell's Sons, Morrisville, PA. That's neat too, being able to look up the old dealerships. So be able to look up the dealerships and see what kind of history there is on them. Another Ford truck over here. And a flatbed. F6. Ford F6. Very early F-Series. Missing some valuable parts. This is really cool. So we found this another Toledo scale that's actually better shape. Glass is a little broken, but here's your scale plate. I just leaned on it. It actually works. That is really cool. And then right next to it is an Allis-Chalmers hood of some sort. Can't tell what it is though. I don't know what it's from. Might be from a bee. You can see the back side of the internal workings of the scale there. So here we have this Allis-Chalmers, which to me looks like it's a WC. It has this loader on it. Now whether it has WD on the sheet metal, but everything else, frame wise and everything like that, to me looks like my WC. I could be wrong though, maybe they did a little changeover at some point, but it's got the handbrakes like mine, it's got the same shifter, same transmission, same clutch, same seat setup, same steering setup and everything, throttle and all that. So to me it looks like a WC, but there's some minor changes to it. Like we got a gauge down here, there's a power, yeah, so this has got this is set up with electric start where mine doesn't, so there's a starter right there. So I may have to look at mine to see if maybe I can convert mine to electric start. That'd be kind of nice, because mine's hand crank like up here. This one did have the cultivator set up too. This had the brackets here and these brackets, which mine have as well, for hooking up to the cultivator. So we may look for, in the future, we may look for a cultivator set for mine for when we get around to redoing mine for shows. Here's an Allis-Chalmers manure spreader. Just tucked away under here. And then Jason spotted something over here. It was Allis-Chalmers too. We walked right past it and didn't even see it. So what is this?
This is a rare find. You don't see too many of these. This is a drawbar mount Allis-Chalmers sickle mower that you would literally put on the back side of your tractor.
Look at that. There's the...
And then what you would do is, for the lift mechanism, which is back here,
Yeah.
you run like a cable off of your trip lift on your tractor back, and with a pulley system, and that would lift and lower your mower bar.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the mower bar laying right there. It's even still got the blades in it.
Still has the wood on the end too.
Oh yeah, look at that. The swath's still there. The swath board, right? That's
Yep.
what they call that. Yeah.
So
Not much left of it, but it's still there.
Other than missing the front piece of the PTO shaft, it's
Pretty well complete.
Relatively complete.
Yeah, it's even got the drag wheel here. Drag caster. Huh. Oh boy, more stuff for me to buy. With money I don't have.
Get a picture of this, and that's how you can ask them.
Here's a blast from my past. I've actually had 3 of these old Rangers. 4, actually, no, 3. Yeah, I had 3 of these. So this is a little blast from my past. I actually used to have 3 of these Rangers, old style Rangers. They were definitely a neat little truck. This one's a 5-speed. Ones I had were, this is a little newer than mine. Mine was I had an 83, then an 84, then an 85. So I think my 85 had this style steering wheel, but my 83 and my 84, I don't know what this, my horn button was right here on the turn signal stalk. So you actually pushed it in to beep the horn instead of on the steering wheel. And then both of mine were 4 speeds. One was a 4-wheel drive, the other one was a 2-wheel drive. The 85 was a 2-wheel drive and a long bed, which this one looks like it is this is a long bed. No kidding. So yeah, this is pretty much what I used to have. I had one that was a short bed, the other 2 I had were long beds, which my 83, which was kind of rare, had dual tanks. And I got a picture of it. I can throw a picture of it in so you can see what it looked like, because it was a 2-tone. It was like a dark silver, metallic silver and blue, and then silver on the bottom. It was a pretty neat little truck, but it was a piece of crap at the same time. Well, we found another Alice here, trying to determine what it is.
I would say it's a W.
Actually, yeah, it would tell you. Yeah, it's a WC. Here's another way to find out. It's stamped right here on the rear. I forgot about that. But also, another cool thing, which, you know, goes with some of the things that I like, parked on the back of this WC is a Mustang, which fits right in. It's missing wheels, doors kind of hanging out. Oh, it's a Cobra too. Oh, performance. Let's open up the hood later here. And ooh, it's got a supercharger. Woo! We need to pull this out, restore it, get it on the road, and go have some fun. Look at it! Look at a shopping cart handle wing on the back. Oh yeah, we gotta go have some fun with this. We can go ripping in town with this one. That's a going to town unit right there.
Okay, so we're here looking at, it's an old John Deere A. It has the pedal trip for your rock shaft, and on it is an aftermarket hydraulic valve. It's a Baker multi-valve, and what it does is you pull your power control off, put the Baker valve in, put everything back together, and it literally gives you a remote hydraulic valve for, say, lifting a disc, lifting a pull-type plow or something. So that way you have more versatility in your tractor back in the day.
Right here's your lever to activate it. What is this, a gauge down here?
Yes. You see it like a pressure gauge.
Oh yeah.
And these hydraulic systems operated at roughly about maybe 1,000 to 1,500 psi. So it was relatively low back then.
I think this is where farming technology started, basically, to what you see today. You know, computerized tractors with GPS that you can just take a nap while you're driving it, and it drives itself through a field. So this is interesting. You got 2 Fordson tractors here, sitting on the bed of this Ford Louisville rollback, which I'm being told was literally the last load this truck hauled in here. Basically just brought it in, parked it. I guess I had brake problems or something and never got fixed. So here it sits, gas engine. So it's probably a 534, I think, if I remember, with these old Ford manual, the 2-speed rear. I did actually drive one of these in my younger years in the fire company. It was a tanker. It was a 1980 Ford Louisville tanker like this, which is actually still in service. It's down in Missouri. I tracked it down to a company in Missouri that has it, and they still use it. A 2,100 gallon tank on it, 4 guys tank on it. Here's another Allis-Chalmers baler, another 303. I think that other one we saw was a 303. Let's see if there's any stickers on it. Probably not, because it would be right there. But sometimes you put them in different spots. So there's one right here. Can't make those out. Those might be actual factory stickers though. Yeah, because you usually put them on the sides. So I don't see any on there, but it very well could have been, could have came from there. You never know. There were many Allis dealers in the area, but he was the closest one where I used to work.
John Deere 4020 diesel.
Yeah. Missing a few vital parts, like the bucket. That's optional. You don't need it.
And that goofy conglomeration, that is a straw bedding chopper. Hook it to the back of the truck, run your straw bales down into it, knock them loose, and then blow it right out into the yard.
I had a Bally slot machine. Yeah, so not only did we sell Allis-Chalmers at Juan Sidler's, I also sold New Holland. And this came from the Ole shop, RD2 Ole, PA.
Another sticker up here.
Yep, that's definitely a neat sticker. I don't see many of those with the Ole on it. Oh, here's another dealer name, Albert J. Noss. Oh, that was who owned it before Charlie bought it, because he was an Allis-Chalmers New Holland dealer. So that's the original. That's pretty cool. Let me get a picture of that, because you can see the Juan Sidler sticker here over top of it. Huh. So that's showing how old this is, because I believe he bought that shop in the 70s sometime.
This end will go into the flywheel. This will drive your hydraulic pump. And then this part here is for the PTO power takeoff that sticks out the back of the tractor.
And what'd you say that was for again?
The length of it tells me it's for an Oliver 66.
Oliver 66.
Which I happen to have one. This is a cap for a corn planter. And the way this would work, this plate would sit on top of the seed corn, and as you're going through the field, you could watch as it empties out. And when it gets all the way down there, you know you have to refill your seed corn.
Makes sense. Primitive but effective.
Very much so of each.
Lots of goodies in here, including tools.
Yep. This guy here, this is an interesting piece. We call this a chain brake.
I saw a chain. Here's a chain.
not that style chain though.
Oh, okay.
No, this is for
Just for
the flat link
yeah,
style,
okay.
or what they call
Right
belt
here.
link.
This definitely looks like a place that if you need something, you'll find it.
Take the chain brake, stick the chain in the brake like so. You line up your chain link with this groove here, and then you take a hammer and hit on this side here, like say, to slide the chain out through the groove or
okay.
back in the groove.
Okay.
And that's how you would take the old belt links apart or put them together.
All right, well, after a couple of hours of walking around this place, as you see, there's a lot to see. I mean, there's so much to see. I didn't even film it all. Maybe we'll have to come back and do a future.
Damn, I missed these tractor weights.
See? There's always something you miss, so it's good to have the extra set of eyes. But as I was saying, maybe we'll come back and do another video in the future and do another video of what we missed and see if there's anything new that's been brought in at that point, or things that are missing, or
This stuff, oh, he updates every week. He goes out to auctions, sales, stuff like that, clean outs. This guy's busier than a beaver in the summertime.
Okay, well there you go. So we'll definitely have to come back and check out and see what else is what else he comes into, I guess you could say. But all right, so what I'll do is, if you need anything tractor wise, I'm going to put a link to Jason's Facebook in the description below. You can contact him, and then he'll be able to get a hold of him and kind of broker it for you. So.
Or I could give you his number directly. That way,
Or that.
we don't have to.
So there's a final look of all the cool stuff, at least here. But yeah, there's a couple things that I'm actually going to ask about. You know, that 7013 I'm kind of interested in, and that, what was that, 3214V? Is that what that was?
Yep.
I'm going to find out prices on those.
And a
So.
sickle mower and a cultivator, maybe a plow and something else. And
Yeah.
Something else.
Money I don't have. So if you guys want to donate to the cause, I'll see what I can do about putting a link now. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. If you gave the video a thumbs up, that means you liked it. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like this kind of content, I'm gonna try to start doing more tractor stuff. I have my own collection of tractors that I've been kind of neglecting for the last 2 years, so I'd like to start getting back into doing stuff with those. So you may see some future tractor uploads with my collection as well. So like I said, if you're new and you want to subscribe, I would definitely appreciate that. It doesn't cost a thing, and it helps show me that you enjoy the content. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.